Good morning, community. It's RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Another awesome 1980s style highlight production. Some publication, the World Champions Phillies, an official publication of the Philadelphia Phillies. Actually didn't have this one. Thought I did, but when I saw it, it was in the $5 bin at the card shop. Had to snag it because I did not recall having this. Something I could add to my collection. Had to have it because Mike Schmidt's on the cover. Random baseball item of the day. Another awesome thing from the $5 bin. The 2011 Topps Phillies team set. Interesting that they put it in this plastic case. You know, usually they're just loose in here. What do you call it? Plastic cover thing is a lot tighter around the cards in the more recent ones, but this is from 2011, the team set, and this is one I had not yet had. These are the specially numbered Topps cards that are just specific to this 17 card set, similar to the way all the other these days Topps releases this for every single team, and they're usually sold at the stadiums. If you remember, I was saying in a video a couple months ago, I mentioned that I collect the team postcards. The Phillies have been releasing like about 3x5 postcard style cards of their players since the early 70s. And this year, 2023, was the first year they stopped producing those cards and instead are simply selling these Topps sets at the stadiums now as something you could buy for your team, which I guess makes sense from a production standpoint. It saves them the cost of producing and marketing those sets. All they got to do is buy a stash of these or get a stash of these from Major League Baseball and sell them at the gift shops instead of those photo cards. But I miss the photo cards. I look forward to the photo cards every year. I have got to go back and start collecting these now. I got to pick up all of these sets. And again, this one came in a nice little plastic case. I do not keep them in these. This will be ripped out of this thing. I'm not one of those who says it has to be mint in that packaging. No, I just have to have the cards, and I like to put them in a different storage bin that takes up less space if I rip off that outside cover. So that's what I'm going to do. But that is my random baseball item of the day. Today's trivia question. It's award season, and I'm starting off with Rookie of the Year for my trivia questions, since you're going to start hearing about that pretty soon. Who was the Rookie of the Year, MVP, Cy Young, Hank Aaron Award winner, Silver Slugger, Gold Gloves, Manager of the Year, all that fun stuff. So I'm sticking with Rookie of the Year. That was Monday. That'll be today's question. So Monday had to do with pitchers and the maximum number of wins from a Rookie of the Year award winner. So in this case, which Rookie of the Year position player had the highest batting average in the year that they won the Rookie of the Year? Send me that correct answer. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of the question you will have today and tomorrow to answer. And we will pick a winner on Sunday, and that winner will have a chance to get this awesome Joe Mauer first draft pick card from Upper Deck 2001. So it's kind of like a pre-rookie card of Joe Mauer. I do expect Mauer to be elected to the Hall of Fame just because, I don't know, I get the sense that the voters like him a lot, and I've heard people talk that they think he'll likely get into the Hall of Fame. Don't quote me on that. That's just something I believe. Either way, it's a really cool early Joe Mauer card for that answer, all right? So today what I want to show off, I'm going to go through this in a second, have here from 1984, the Topps traded set. I picked that up at my LCS. I've been slowly accumulating all of the traded sets over the years. I have most of the more recent ones, so I'm going to stack up my traded sets. Are you ready? So I think they stopped 1993, I believe, was the last year it was just issued in a box format, and then they started doing it in packs, but don't quote me on that. I don't know my traded history, but that's the most recent one I have is the 93 version. Then it goes back in time. I got 92. I got 91. This is the last year they made this style traded box. 1991. 1990. 1989. 1988. 1987. 1986. And then there's a big gap until you get to 1981. Now those are going to be the more expensive ones. The 83 one is going to have Gooden and Strawberry, a 1983 card traded set. 1985, I don't know if that had anybody big. 1984 though had Puckett and Clemens and all those guys, just like, or no, I'm sorry, I'm missing that. Oh, sorry, 1982. That's the one. 1982 had Ripken. 1983. Don't know if that had anybody huge. 1983 in the traded ones. Most the biggest rookie names were actually in the base set for 83. But I need the 82, 83, and 85 to complete my early runs of Topps traded cards. And then that's going to be, I don't know if I'll begin collecting the other ones because, again, I'm more interested in boxed sets like this rather than getting the other set. But anyway, I want to go through real quick since the 84 one is the more recent one. So I just want to do a quick thumb through for y'all, showing off who was in the traded set of 1984. Won't spend much time dwelling on the cards. I'm just going to thumb through them real quick so you can see, I'll stop if there's anybody big. I'll go through enough. Here's Dusty Baker, traded to the Giants from the Dodgers. That must have been a bit of a heartfelt trade. If you're going from the Dodgers to your arch enemy, the Giants, But there was that trade. Again, you will find some of the bigger names in here because Yogi signed back on as a Yankee manager. A lot of the big name people are some of those traded people. Some of the, Bill Buckner onto the Red Sox, and we know what happened with Bill Buckner and the Red Sox. Even the big name players get traded once in a while, and you get these rookie cards. Like here's a Brett Butler. I'm not sure if he's after a rookie card. Actually, this might have been him traded because he's got an appearances on the Braves earlier, so maybe he did have a Braves card. Bill Campbell, Phillies. Always like to look at the Phillies in these traded sets. Ron Darling onto the Mets. I know he had been, this was his rookie card then. Yeah, okay. So Ron Darling rookie card in there if that's something you're interested in. Bob Dernier, I remember, started with the Phillies, came back to the Phillies later on, I believe, Bob Dernier. Dennis Eckersley, traded to the Cubs. Eck will be in a lot of traded sets because he bounced around a couple times. Certainly spent some time with certain clubs, but then always ended up getting traded and seemed to do better. Darrell Evans, long-time Major League player, Darrell Evans. One of those guys who just missed greatness because he didn't get to the 500 home run club, although he was dang close. Here's your Dwight Gooden rookie. So there is somebody big in the 84 set. That's your Dwight Gooden rookie card in the 84 set, but it didn't cost a bunch. Goose Gossage of the Padres. He didn't fare too well in the 83 World Series. It was the 84 World Series. He didn't fare too well in the 84 World Series, being on the Padres, if you know. Ron Hassey, later with the A's, one of the better catchers in baseball during his era. Willie Hernandez with the Tigers. He's the one who won Cy Young, that word, but he had spent 83, a single year with the Phillies. And we gave up on him, and look what happened. Too many people the Phillies gave up on. Art Howe, winding down his career with the Cardinals. The subject of the Billy Bean movie, Moneyball. It's a lot of Art Howe in that one. Davey Johnson going over to the Mets. Jimmy Key. Jerry Koosman was on the Phillies briefly. Renee Lachman, manager. It's funny, some of the people who end up being managers in the game. If you see people like this, Jerry Martin, who was a Philly, you see these cards later on in this traded set, and you forget about these guys who were on your team, you know, eons ago, and then you see a card of them, and it brings back all those memories. About Gary Matthews just got traded from the Phillies to the Cubs. This is the era when Dallas Green was general manager over in Chicago and kept bringing in all the old Phillies to stash the Cubs. They ended up doing pretty good in '84, but couldn't get past the Padres. Joe Morgan also traded during the offseason from the Phillies to the A's. Craig Nettles, always to the Padres from a long career with the Yankees. Phil Niekro with the Yankees. So Al Oliver winded down his career with the Giants. He also ended up at the Phillies the next year. Al Oliver would. Dave Parker on the Reds. Tony Perez back with the Reds after wandering around in the free agent market for a couple of years. Tony Perez. Vern Rapp, manager. Some of those guys. Randy Reddy, rookie card. I remember Randy because he eventually went to the Padres, and then him and John Kruk came over in the same deal to the Phillies in the early 90s. Randy Reddy. Ron Reed, formerly of the Phillies, traded to the White Sox. So a lot of big names. Gene Richards, remember him a long time with the Padres. Jose Rijo, rookie card. He had some success with the Reds. I believe it was the Reds he had success with in the 90 World Series. One of the few Pete Rose Expos cards you will ever see. Right there, Pete Rose with the Expos. Great card. Juan Samuel, rookie card for the Phillies. Tom Seaver. You do get a couple of Hall of Famers in these traded sets, but again, I'm slowly, Rick Sutcliffe has a great year in '84. Trying to get all the awesome Manny Trio, formerly of the Phillies as well. Trying to get all the traded sets. It's not difficult. It's just one of those things where you just got to see it and grab it before something else changes your mind. John Wolkenfuss on the Phillies. One of those guys you don't think of too much on the Phillies, if you think of John Wolkenfuss at all. Ned Yost at the end, and then the checklist card. So that is your 1984 Topps traded set. Nobody big, nobody huge, nothing crazy. But again, I saw the set, snagged it, one I hadn't had yet, and you can see there's still a few sets in the early 80s that I need to get. I still got to get myself my 85, and then the 83 and 82. 82 is going to be a big one because people expect a lot of money for that Ripken rookie. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. Let me know if you guys have a favorite traded set or a favorite card out of a traded set. That'd be interesting to hear about. Appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget the trivia question. Come back on Sunday for the recap of that. Always have a lot of fun with our trivia recaps. And again, I appreciate you tuning in today. You had a lot of other great things to do with your day today, but thank you for stopping here first, all right? Appreciate it. Come back again tomorrow on Friday for more trivia and prizes. Thanks for watching. Take care.